everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you didn't know, I have moved to Miami. I filmed a lot of the current apartment shopping and decor and organizing and whatnot, but I never really talked about why I moved to Miami. So that's what this video is all about. Let's take it back a little bit. I am originally from Boston. I grew up 20 minutes south of Boston in Quincy, Massachusetts. I love to travel and always saw myself going outside of Boston at some point. I really thought that I was gonna go out of state for college. I was weirdly set on Pepperdine, and I think that's only because that was where Zoe 101 was filmed. So I was like, yeah, I'm gonna go to college at Pepperdine in California. Yeah, that's not what happened. I ended up going to UMass Amherst, which was just 2 hours away out in Western Mass. I went to UMass Amherst. I'm so happy that I did. I met my absolute best friends and had a great time. I went there, I majored in communication in my undergrad, so I got my bachelor's in communication, and then I actually stayed for my master's as well and got my master's in business and analytics. I was like, yep, I'm gonna graduate, I'm gonna live somewhere else. Nope, that's not what happened. I ended up living at home with my parents for 6 months to save money. Like, if you can move back in with your parents and save some money for a little bit. I was weirdly against it when I was in college, but I support it. Then after 6 months, I ended up living in Boston. Oh, the job aspect. Yeah, I ended up working in the Boston area too. So I grew up in Massachusetts, I went to college in Massachusetts, and then I found a job and was living again in Massachusetts. Fast forward to this year, I was living in Boston with my boyfriend Vlad. We were just ready for something new. We were ready to get out of New England. We were ready for some different weather, a new environment, we were ready to get out of there. We were very open too. We were looking at a lot of different places. My dream would be to be in San Diego, but whether you're on the water or not, I feel like all the houses are millions of dollars. Not in my budget right now. Colorado is an option. We were looking at Texas. So many people are moving to Austin right now. And then we were looking at Florida too. Vlad actually has a good amount of friends down in Florida, and he was originally planning after he graduated from Tufts up in Boston to go down to Florida. But he ended up staying and living with me. So thanks, Vlad. The more that we looked at Florida and the fact that Vlad in his current job was actually getting relocated, his job had an office in Miami. The stars aligned, everything was working out perfectly. So then it just came down to, okay, what am I gonna do? Am I gonna be able to keep my job and work remote, or do I need to get a new job? So I started conversations with my manager pretty early in February of 2021, just saying like, you know what, Vlad's gonna be relocating to the Miami office for work. I would love the opportunity to stay with the company. So if there's a chance that I can work remote, I would love to work that out. So we started conversations early and it ended up working out. I was able to keep my job and work remote. So I work in marketing right now, specifically experiential marketing. It's essentially event marketing, and I love it. I love my job, and I was happy that I was able to keep it. The silver lining of COVID is that we've been able to see that people can work remote and be productive. I think that if I had tried to make this move maybe a year or two ago, I probably wouldn't have been able to. But the fact that I had already been working remote and showed that I could be productive working remote made it an easier transition for me to be able to live in Miami now and work remote and come up for different meetings and events as needed. And I think that's happening with a lot of companies. I think companies are becoming more flexible with employees, whether that's having people work in the office for 3 or 4 days a week and then having 1 to 2 days where people work remote and they're virtual, and it's gonna become more normal across the board. A lot of companies are even just getting rid of their leases and having employees work completely remote. So that's a whole nother video, but I just find it really interesting. But yes, so we ended up moving down to Miami in mid-July. It's crazy right now. There's a lot of people moving down to Miami. I didn't realize just how many people were moving down here. The market's crazy. People are moving from New York, Massachusetts, all over. We lucked out because Vlad's parents have been interested in buying a condo purely for rental purposes for the past like 3 years. So once we said, you know what, we're moving to Florida, they kind of got moving and started condo hunting with Vlad, and they found the current condo that we are living in, and I'm in love with it. I'm so appreciative that we're able to rent from Vlad's parents and live in their condo. This is the current place we're in right now. We'll probably be here for a year or two and then find our own place. I like living in the city right now. I feel like in your 20s, being in the city, being able to walk to different restaurants and go to happy hour and try fitness classes and go to the beach and whatnot is so perfect for me right now, but in a few years, maybe I wanna go to the suburbs and be in a new location and try that out. So right now I'm happy and we're doing the city life in Miami and I'm loving it. The weather in Florida was definitely a sell for us. I love New England and I love the seasons, but I am ready for some warmer weather for a little bit. I'm happy to finally, it doesn't look it, I still look pale, but I am getting a little tanner, I will say. That was definitely a plus in moving down here. The other thing with work is that I'm working remote, but I'll have to come up to Boston every now and then for different meetings, events, etc. So that's a chance for me to see my family, one, be able to be in the office with colleagues and get a little bit of the seasons. I'm already going up to Boston in both September and October, so I'm gonna get my fall fix, I'm gonna get my pumpkin spice, all that jazz. It will happen. As much as I think that I'll end up missing the seasons a little bit, I'm gonna get it because I'm gonna be traveling with work. I've always wanted to travel with work and I finally get to do it. It couldn't have worked out better. I'm just genuinely so happy that everything worked out the way that we wanted it to. That was how we made it down to Miami. Mind you, I knew no one when I came down here. I had no friends. Vlad had a few friends, like I said, from college that lived in more of like the Fort Lauderdale area, but other than that, I knew no one. So I have a few tips for you. Bumble BFF, do it. Just do it. It has not been a good experience. Plan ahead with furniture. Don't make the same mistakes that we did. It was also just the perfect time to move. I am 24 right now. I'm in my job. I was able to work remote. It was just me and Vlad moving together to an apartment in Florida. We don't have any pets yet. Vlad really wants a dog. We don't have any kids. Right now, it was just great to be down here, enjoy Miami. I feel like there's so many people in their 20s and 30s in Miami. I got lots of life to live, so why not try a new place now? So Miami just happened to be that place. That's why I moved to Miami. I definitely want to explore Miami more. I want to make videos on some of the best food spots I've been to. I want to go to museums. I haven't been to a museum yet. I want to go to Artec House in Miami so badly. So if you have any recs in Miami, let me know where to go. We can explore Miami together. It'll be great. Stay tuned for more Miami content. You're getting it whether you like it or not, and it's gonna be a great time. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.